we have new comments from Lou Elizondo, Ross Coulthart, Jeremy Corbell, and others, as well as the current status of the UFO disclosure legislation to go over. So it's time for another UFO news roundup. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, share on social media, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay. Here is the current status of the legislation as I understand it. UFO rumors prompt push for release of government files. The House passed its NDAA bill last week, largely along party lines. And I don't think that had anything to do with the UFO stuff. That was just, regular political stuff. The Senate is expected to pass its version before the August recess, so we should be getting that soon. House and Senate lawmakers will meet privately in a conference committee to produce a compromise bill that must pass both chambers before heading to President Biden's desk for a signature. This is from a Wall Street Journal article, and I will provide a link to that in the description below. I'm very curious to see how the language of the legislation changes once it goes through all these committees and they have their compromise bill. Will they take out words like non-human and the definition of alien and all of that kind of stuff? Or will it be largely the same? Will there still be the compulsion to go through Arrow and Sean Kirkpatrick rather than allowing someone to circumvent Sean Kirkpatrick and go, as David Grusch did, through the IG of the Pentagon? I think that is a very, very important question. And of course, there's plenty of other details that could be addressed and redressed and made better in the final wording, or it could all be watered down and made worse. So let me know what you think is going to happen in the final bill in the comments below. Meanwhile, we have comments from Lou Elizondo. Always got to cover Lou because I love Lou, and he speaks so rarely these days. I think that's about to change with his book release. But here he is. Somebody said, talking about David Grusch, and he has zero firsthand info, zero. He heard from a person he can't name. Well, Lou says, you are wrong. You don't know the full story. Have a good day. Tip of the hat, sir. Yeah, I like that. But what is the full story? Does he mean to say that David Grusch has firsthand experience? Has David Grusch seen a UFO or some of the material from these crash retrievals or reverse engineering efforts? Is he a firsthand witness? Is that going to come out in the hearing next week? I mean, that's amazing just to think about. As well as whatever proof that he can provide publicly about that. So that really gets me excited to hear what David Grusch has to say. Is it just going to be what he has already said, or is there going to be something new that Lou seems to be hinting at here? Lou also, I love this photo of David Grusch stitched onto Stephen Greer's body. I think they're grushing it. Dave is grushing it. Love it. But I also wanted to go over Lou's comments and response to Chris Mellon. Chris says, I've known Dave Grusch for years and can say without hesitation that he is sincere, authentic, and someone who most sincerely deserves a fair hearing. The leads he and others are providing should enable an interested Congress to determine the truth regarding long-standing allegations of recovered alien tech. I look forward to the hearing and hope that members of their staff are preparing thoughtful questions given the unprecedented nature of this opportunity. Yeah, I could do without Senator Ernst, in the last hearing with Kirkpatrick trying to blame it all on Chinese and Russian drones. So hopefully they will have better questions than that to ask, and I think they will. I think that Tim Burchett and Representative Luna are on this, and they are going to ask pertinent questions. But here is what Lou had to say in response to Chris's words. Chris, you are 100% correct. I know Grusch personally, and he's an American treasure. I fully expect the system to react to him the same way it did to me, but don't be fooled. He is exactly who he says he is. Americans in the world have a right to know. Indeed they do, Lou. Indeed they do. And here's what Ross had to say on a recent interview.
David Grusch has spoken publicly only once in your interview for News Nation. He will now tell his story under oath to Congress. How do you think he'll hold up under questioning?
He's really looking forward to it, Elizabeth. This is a unique opportunity for an intelligence officer who's operated at a very high level inside the US military and intelligence establishment to reveal for the first time what he actually knows. I do caution, though, people need to be aware that Mr. Grusch is still under the obligations of his security oath, and the Pentagon and the intelligence community know that, so he can't say anything that breaches national security. And that's a frustration for him. I'm sure he'd like to say a lot more than he's allowed to reveal.
Right. Well, his story.
What exactly would he say to violate national security? I mean, I think there are broad definitions that you could, include in national security. Is mass hysteria, possibly involved in that? Is that national security? Is revealing the truth about our existence under national security. So I think they could be using national security as a very broad umbrella to prevent us from knowing the truth about UFOs. But I do like the fact that Ross says Grusch is looking forward to it. This is his day in court. He is ready. He's going to come out guns blazing, fist swinging. I love it. Bring it on. You go, David Grusch. Meanwhile, here's what Jeremy Corbell had to say.
So, level of optimism?
It's very high. These are historic hearings. We have never had this in the congressional setting, direct eyewitnesses, people that can be asked the right questions under that setting. I helped set them up. I helped find and connect those people. This is a really important time in the history of us looking at whatever UFOs or U.A.P. are.
What do you expect to come out of this hearing from sources that we've heard from already?
Look, you can expect to hear from people that are credible, that not only saw these things with their eyes, but also there's other sensor platforms that pick these up. If the right questions are asked, we're going to learn a lot. But that takes Congress. It takes everybody on that panel to ask the right questions so that they can be answered.
You're helping the committee with the questions?
All I know is there's going to be some good questions, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to learn things that we didn't know yesterday.
Look at you.
All right, bring it on, Jeremy. We're going to know things we didn't know yesterday. That seems to indicate there's going to be a bombshell or two in the testimony. But as Ross cautions, Dave can only reveal what he is allowed to reveal. So is he going to reveal anything new? Is Commander Fravor or Ryan Graves going to reveal anything new? I guess we'll find out soon enough, but Jeremy Corbell is strongly indicating, he's saying it point blank, we are going to find out new information. I can't wait. Speaking of Commander Fravor, I did want to end on some words from Commander Fravor teasing at stuff to come.
Ryan, I hope we do, and I hope I get invited back. I think, there's some stuff coming out. There's the documentary that I know you're a part of that's going to be coming out that I think is going to be game changing. There's been a lot of stuff said, but I think this is going to have the right amount of people. I'm not saying who it is or when it is, but there is something being put together that I think, hopefully it will come out and it'll be, that one thing that pushes it over that says, all right, we can't, the cat is definitely out of the bag, because I think there's going to be some interesting information that comes out in it. So it'll be good. I think it's
There you go. According to Commander Fravor, Ryan Graves is involved in a documentary, obviously related to UFOs, that is going to get the cat out of the bag. I love it. Bring it on, guys. Let's see what you got. What is this documentary they are talking about? When is it going to come out? Precisely what cat is going to come out of what bag? I can't wait to find out. And does this documentary have anything to do with the juicy thing that Commander Fravor has been working on that was alluded to in his comments about Bob Lazar that I covered a couple of days ago? So, I don't know. I would love to find out. And I guess we will at some point in the near future. But let me know what you think about all of this, guys, in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Sure would appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. And if you could share this video on social media, that would be super helpful. Of course, if you wanted to support the channel in a bigger way, please consider becoming a channel member. There's a PayPal link below. Or heck, if you're a fantasy or science fiction fan, you might enjoy one of my novels. I'm a novelist. Link in the description below. There are plenty of other videos to check out on the channel, and I'll see you next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road signing off.